Hello, and since we have just started, there's no one here yet, but that is fine. I am going to be playing the PTS. Getting my wins in on there. Let me just pop over to it. I'll put the audio back up on it so that everyone can hear everything. So, I think... what do I want this to master volume? I think I set it to around 60 when I stream. 60%. The PTS Alpha Balance 2.1, I think we're on. Whatever it is. Let us go through the details here. So, it is essentially the same as the 2.0, which was the change from doing the quantities of weapons, changing them around, to just looking at max heat capacity and heat dissipation. The first one, they did true dubs, 2.0s, for 0.20 for your heat dissipation, and they decreased the maximum heat to 40, and then they locked it there, so that you could only affect that through your heat capacity skill nodes, and not through additional heat sinks. Now, they have done basically the exact same thing, but instead of being at 40, it's at 50. So what that means is that, if I open up my spreadsheet warrior real quick here and read off my numbers, if you have it all set up with it at 50, and you have the heat containment of 15% of the maximum, you get a total of 57.5 heat that you can store on your mech. And with max heat reduction from the firepower tree, so right in the skills tree here, these heat generation nodes, with those maxed out, you can have a total of around 62, 63 heat worth of weapons before you start to overheat. And that means that you can fire off the dreaded 94-point Alpha Strike or the Mad Cat Death Strike, because it makes just shy of 60 heat. So if you can fire off 64, you can fire off 62 for clans because their heat gen is 8.4, 64 for IS because their heat gen is 10.5%. You can fire off just over 60 heat. You can fire off this build, which leads me to question, why? I will of course be doing a summary video of this in the, well, basically after I'm done streaming. But I thought the idea was to lower alphas, which this doesn't do. That 50 capacity with all of the various boosts that you can do it is basically 60 capacity. It starts to get to the point where it's just like, acquired. We have more than enough space now to do what we need. So this is moving on a hot map, which is already using some of my heat capacity through engine movement, and my cooling rate is lowered because it's hot. And I am going to dunk this Atlas and not shut down. And this isn't even with max heat capacity. This is actually only with 9%. This is all you need, as I've run the numbers. So max heat reduction for the weaponry, and just 9% heat capacity increase, and you're fine. And you can fire off 94 alpha with no issues. Now, the difference comes in how long it takes to reset, because there's two sort of things related to this. There is the fully dissipated time, which is the amount of time it takes for your mech to completely get rid of the heat generated by these weapons, which would be like a heat neutral build. And there is the refire time, where your heat dissipates enough that you have enough capacity, even if you have some heat remaining, that you can fire again because you have a high capacity. what this PTS is essentially doing is eliminating refire time for these high alpha strike builds. So where you could in the past, and if I let my mech meander here as I bring up my spreadsheet warrior again, and I'll put that on my other screen so that I can keep track of it and keep it right there for me. Let's see here. My refire timings. There they are. So with this mech currently as it is set up, I just got to change one number here. There we go. As it is set up, this mech previously would have 69.22 capacity. Right now it has 54.5 capacity, which is just enough to utilize the lowered heat that I get from these weapons at 54.23 heat. It's a little bit even less than that because the heat is not given all at once. It's given over the duration of the lasers, which allows the heat sinks to help out. But that's basically like right on the edge. You couldn't do any more than this because you see when I fire, I get to like 95%, and you don't really want to go much beyond that for safety reasons because you don't want to shut down. But before on live server, if this was a build there right now, it would take 14.72 seconds to fully dissipate the weapon heat, but you could refire in only 10.65 seconds as you would have remaining capacity in order to fit. So the difference between those two is 4.07 seconds. You know, firing a whole 4 seconds earlier, which is, I think, significant. That's a whole weapon recycle time. Where on the PTS, because of the lowered capacity but increased dissipation, the full dissipation lowers down to 12.97. Ooh, I'm gonna overheat that. I fired too early. The full dissipation lowers to 12.97 from 14.72 because we're at true dubs. And we have 19 double heat sinks, which increases our cooling by 9 times 0.05, whatever that number is, per second. But our refire time, the time it takes to refire, considering the fact that we are basically right at our heat capacity when we fire, is 12.91 seconds. So there's only a 0.07 seconds difference between full dissipation and refire dissipation. So it's essentially the same, how it's set up right now. So there's, like, that's the real difference they're doing here, compared to the previous public test, where it was literally, we want you to take less weapons because you just can't fire enough at once, where this build was not possible because it was too hot. You would have to cut at least a laser or two in order to do this. Cut a laser and be on cold maps, or cut two and be able to use it on all maps. So that lowered alpha strike. What this specific test server is doing is lowering the frequency of alpha strikes so that they're happening a little less often, but it kind of does it halfway, because you're specifically nerfing the follow-up strike, so the attack that happens after the attack. So this build is still the 94-point alpha strike boogeyman that we've been talking about for a while. It's still capable of doing that. But the main thing about it is that you're attacking. If you look at the difference between on the main server when you can refire and on the PTS when you can refire with heat efficiency, which is basically the normal refire time, it's 2.3 seconds less. So on the main server, you would have this mech fire, it would wait 10.5, and it would fire, and then it would wait longer in cover. You would have to wait that full duration in order to dissipate because it had ran out of capacity to work with.
Target acquired.
So there was that sort of 2 1/3 seconds where this mech would come out earlier and shoot, and then have to retreat back into cover. Where on the PTS, it's going to come out of cover 2.3 seconds later and shoot again, so that alpha strike is being delayed slightly. But the third alpha strike is going to come sooner, because the mech on live has run out of capacity, so it can't refire based on its capacity anymore. It has to work on its full dissipation past that point. So it's going to be 14.7 seconds, where on PTS that's 12.9. So it's almost a full 2 seconds faster between each alpha. So overall, this mech on PTS is going to fire more and do more damage over the course of a match, have more opportunities when it could do an alpha strike, but the subsequent double tap sort of feeling of those alphas are delayed by a few seconds. That's the only really difference I can see between this public test and live, because when we're at 50 capacity for our base, like, that's enough to get these huge alpha strikes in. When we were at 40 capacity, and I'm actually just going to run some of those numbers right now. If we were at 40, and let's drop this weapon heat down to something reasonable, I'll cut 2 lasers out of this. So a medium laser is 6.3. So let's cut 6.3 out times 2. I'll cut 2 of the medium lasers. So that's 12.6, so 59.2, which is how much heat this makes, minus 12.6 is 46.6, which, if we had a heat capacity of 40, that would be a boosted capacity of 43 and a lowered heat of 42. Excellent, so it would fit. The refire on... If 40 was the maximum and we had to cut these 2 lasers, if this was the build, which I think is more reasonable, it's still 80 firepower. It's still ridiculous. On PTS, its refire is 10 seconds flat, which is kind of cool. 9.99, so it's close enough. It's 10 seconds. On live server, its refire is 4.38. Like, that's basically weapon cooldown, because the weapon cooldown for this is 5.57. Oh wait, not 5.7. 5.75 from the heavy large lasers. So essentially, you're just running off of cooldown, so you can just keep firing. But on live server, you actually live server you can just keep firing because you have so much capacity. But on PTS with only 40 capacity, you actually have to wait. And pretty much wait the full dissipation. And it's actually a significant difference. It's over 5 seconds of difference. Where with the 50 capacity, it's only that 2.3 seconds of difference for the stronger build. I don't know. First, I don't know, 20 minutes of this thing is basically my thoughts. And maybe I even don't need to do a video later. I can just be like, watch the first 20 minutes of this video. But we do have the event. I need to get off of my main account and get onto my free-to-play account so that I can get the event done on there. So, uno momento. There we go. We're loading back in. And we'll do the event. We'll just play 10 matches in various different mechs and see how they feel. I've already done the Atlas. I already know how that feels. How the mobility is amazing for that, and I'd like it to keep its mobility forever and ever. But if you have any requests in chat, we don't have many people here. I am streaming on a pretty off day, as it is the middle of Friday. Thankfully, I do have this Friday off from work, which is quite nice. We've got 20 people here. We're 15 minutes into the video, and friend requests. I don't know if accepting it on the PTS will do anything, but I did it anyway. Okay. Let us try some brawlers with this 50 capacity. Also, since we have so much money, I would first like to start with some silliness. Let us go to the store, because we have money to buy stuff. Let us get that going there. Set this to 65. Americans, Canadians, time traveling in the past. It's almost midnight there. Yes, we're a bit slow over here. We're trying to catch up, but it's a little hard. I want to do the... I'd like to do the Warhawk, the one with mass PPCs. That'd be kind of fun. I want to try that for a mission. Because I haven't done the quad PPC Warhawk in frickin' forever, but supposedly it's strong. And why is it coming up as a supernova? I don't know why. Let us strip this baby and reset its armor and skill it up and then go and see how it does. Six LPPC Rifleman. The thing is I will do any build because I've got infinite money on the PTS. I can do anything. So if you guys have builds that you'd like me to try out, go ahead and send them along, and I'll give them a try. Because why not? I'm literally just relaxing here and not caring, just playing whatever. See whatever mech comes along. And this is it, right? Yeah, this is just it. And then what, strip a little off the legs and get a T-comp? I don't know if I want to strip that far, but I'll just get a little light active probe because it's cute. There we go. Save that bugger up. I'm using the free-to-play because on the public test there is a event which gives you enough for 45 skill points, which is pretty good. I think that they're doing this much better on these recent public tests. Complete 10 matches with 50 match score, you get GXP reward, and you get 2.1 million C-bills. It's enough to get 45 skill points, which, you know, that's half a mech skilled out right there. Or just spending a couple hours on the PTS. That's amazing progress. So I will be doing that. Yes, you can't buy the Fafnir in the store yet, unfortunately. Blah, 239 because I can't. I wish they could just have a button which is like unlock all. But do I have a thing here? Nope, I don't have anything saved. It sucks that the PTS has its own like everything, so I can't save up my whatevers. But we'll get just normal tree for PPC design, which is just really stuff like velocity and heat gen and cooldown. You don't actually care about any of the other particular nodes. This is all you really need, is you get your max heat gen, the lowest amount of points. Then we'll go into operations, we'll get our maxed out everything because we want all of our capacity and our cool runs, because cool runs are even stronger these days because of the increase to true dubs. They are amazing. And get some durability. The mech already has some really strong, if we go back into loadout here, it already has some extremely strong base structure and stuff like that, so we can boost those with some durability increases. Get that skeletal density, max it right out, and might as well grab armor hardening at the same time, because we can. You leave us with 94 points. We're a few points over, which we will cut these. And we will grab, I don't know, did I miss anything in here? I would normally be able to get all of these because I wouldn't get like the heat containment and stuff over here. I wonder if I really need the heat containment, because I'd like to get the full durability increases. I just need 2 more points. Where can I shave them from? Give me my 2 points. Shave 1 from there. Fine. Do that. Then I'll take this heat containment. And then a point somewhere. A range, whatever. Nah, I don't use cool shots. I think that I actually would like cool shots to be removed from the game, if possible, because I don't like them. I think that they are non-interactive and stupid, and pretty much give a performance tax. If you want to build a really hot build, you can have poor heat management and get around it by just shelling out Z-bills, which doesn't feel right to me. The only consumable I really enjoy in this game is UAVs because they're interactive. I don't really care about that. Although, we should probably test it on a hot map and give it a go. Could you try a Slipnir or Sleipnir, or however you pronounce the Cyclops hero, because I can't do it. With torso twist nodes, sure. I can do a DACA thing there. Torso twisting, see what it's like. Because I honestly haven't tried the Cyclops yet. In the PTS. I like also how in the the announcement for this, they're just like, we know you like to play your heavies and assaults in these things, but you should maybe try to play your mediums and lights. Alright. Blown, I would freaking love that. It would be so much like Mechwarrior 4. There's actually a few things I like about Mechwarrior 4 that I think should be put into this game. Like, every mech having a little coolant meter would be amazing. Because it would just be like, oh hey, you want to have coolant? Well, every mech has a bit. When you use it is up to you. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that heat come down. Look at it drop. It is dropping like a stone. My god. Do I even need cool shots when I can just wait for 2 seconds?
New target acquired. New target acquired.
I was gonna try a Black Knight today.
New target
I
acquired.
definitely have my 50 match score already. Oh, this feels... This thing slings PPCs like crazy. I definitely have to try an awesome 8Q after this. I think that would be fun. That thing slings PPCs really well already.
New
Oh, we got
target
a
acquired.
enemy mislinks. Our cheetah has them, I hope.
New target acquired.
Yeah, our cheetah has them. Wait, that was somebody else. That was this guy.
New target acquired. Critical.
Oh yes, PPCs, man, all freaking day. We have an enemy that has disappeared off our left flank for like the last minute here, and he's flanking us. Guaranteed. Boom, done. CT'd, man, CT'd. Where
Target
are
acquired.
these guys?
New target acquired.
Out of the circle. Nobody in the circle.
We held the zone for 25%.
Wait, that's it. There's one guy there, and there's a light over there.
New
So that's all of
target
them.
acquired.
Alright, let's go get them. Hey, how you doing, Black Knight? I've come to say hi. Man, the amount of time it takes to cool down before refire on these PPCs are stupidly good. Overheat. Send that.
Warriors, you have taken the target. We are victorious.
Oh my god, this mech is tasty good. Especially with those increases to heat dissipation. Holy crap. Specifically because that mech just pumps out heat. Let's see. Looking back in chat here. But, now you can DACA PPCs. Yeah, pretty much. Let's do a quick calc with this. I've got my spreadsheet open here. I can do things on the fly. We got 14.5. Let's do it per arm. 14.5. So that would be, if I can do math, which I can't, is 29 heat. Their cooldowns are 5. And we have a total of, holy shit, 28 heat sinks. Oh my god. Oh, what? Really? It's throwing me an error. That means that the refire dissipation is equal? What? Okay, so if I didn't... I already have cooldown on here. What's the cooldown of these? It's minus 0.3, so it's 4.7. Let me check that. 4.7 for weapon cooldown. Oh, I'm not factoring weapon cooldown into my calculations. Oh, I really should. I'll have to figure that out later. But I believe my calculations are screwing up. I'm not factoring in my weapon cooldown. Oh well, that's fine. But basically, it looks like it's pretty heat, like almost heat nominal for one arm of PPCs. Let us test that out with this mass quantity of heat sinks. So, standing at 2, I'm going to hold 1 here. We get to 2 before they refire. We are heat neutral with 2 PPCs. Let's try moving, because that's going to take a little bit of heat. We have to get down to 5%. We do it the instant before we refire. 2 PPCs is heat neutral. Let's see if we can actually lose heat with them. That got down to 43%. That got down to 39%. It should get down to like 35? Yeah, 35%. Yeah, we're slightly heat negative with 2 PPCs. My God. The increase to the double heat sinks to full true dubs. So much cooling for clan assaults. Because we can take like 30 DHS. And it's not like, and it's easily done. It's not hard for us to take 25, 30 DHS. Where on Inner Sphere mechs, it's like freaking impossible. I want to see how the Inner Sphere version of this goes. Let's grab the awesome. And then we will start taking stuff from chat. Awesome. It's the AQ that has all the... Yeah, that's it. PPC heat generation. Hell yeah. I know there's like one comp level guy. I can't remember his name. Why is the awesome AQ coming up as a broiler? Or boiler, or whatever the fuck that mech's name is. I don't know. Can't remember the guy's name, but he does like comp level stuff, and like all he uses is a 4 PPC Warhawk, and he's amazing with it. He's probably just looking at that and going, oh, mahamana, sort of thing. Give me that cooling. Capacity doesn't matter when you're using it for DPS. Alrighty then. Let's stick in our 4 peeps. Let's throw in... Well, I guess it's a light engine these days for these. No upgrades because we need the space for our doubles. Take some armor off the arms here, I guess. Is it Bowser that does that? Something along those lines. I am going to pop back to the Warhawk, and I'm going to save its skills. Let's export. And import. Hell yeah. That makes life easy. That makes life super easy. Alright, let's go see how the 8Q does on the battlefield with these kind of upgrades. It has the benefit, although it's only got 19 double heats instead of like 29, but it has the benefit of having not only a bigger minus heat percentage at 10.5%, but also minus 10% heat from PPCs and minus 10% heat from energy, which is like minus 30% heat in total. Look at that heat. 9.5 minus 2.9. Shit. Oh, I want to get one of these on the free-to-play on the main account. I don't like actually playing, not just on the test grounds. Holy crap. But that I should put an XL 325 and drop a DHS on here? On this particular mech? The sad part is you have a 300 engine cap on most awesomes, except for the Hero and the 9M, which I think is dumb. I think the mech should have a 325 cap. Sweet YouTube cash. It's not that sweet. It's something. It's not incredible. I think I get around, was it like $80 a month? Because I'm so inconsistent and don't really put out much content. An awesome with a cap of 400. Well, I mean, there is the 9M that can go up to 380 something, or is it all the way to 4? And then there's the hero that can go to 4 for sure.
Reactor online.
The agility changes.
Online.
Yes, the agility changes are here, and they actually added some more for locusts and quick draws. I don't know why they need to buff locusts. They're obviously the strongest mechs in the game because I can never hurt them. And I just lose every single time I'm against a locust. But they're buffing them for some reason. And if you can't tell the dripping sarcasm, whatever. It's a small buff. They get a little better of acceleration. It'll mean better pilots will be able to use them better. I'm fine with it. But they should just nerf the hell out of all 20-tonners, and in that case 25-tonners, and basically all lights, because I can't shoot them. And I'm horrible at shooting them. Entirely my own personal bias. What do you think of the Assassin Hero Dark Death? You think of getting the pack? I've never found a decent build for the Dark Death myself. I'm not really... I've never really found a good build for it, personally. You could probably look around and see if there's some other stuff out there, but
Target acquired.
I can't do it. I am bad at the Dark Death. As I skip down the hill here. We got 20 seconds! Do they really want to end it before we get any match score and just waste our time?
Enemy forces are moments from victory.
There we go. We're in, boys. We're in. Boom, I can alpha strike. And I hit his leg. I got a Jenner on me. Help him. Right leg on him. Knock him out, knock him out.
Target destroyed.
Done. Excellent.
New
Are
target.
all of our enemies lights? My god.
New target.
Oh, we got a
acquired.
hunchback streak back. Okay. I was able to alpha strike though with 4 PPCs, which is kind of nice.
Critical.
Boom! 40 damage downrange. Back into cover.
Warning. Incoming missile.
Why does everybody have a hard on for me? Oh, through his legs.
Missile. Left torso critical damage. Left arm destroyed.
I got a person behind me.
Tank destroyed.
I don't know where he is. There he is, down there.
New
Oh, there's an
target
assault I need to help
acquired.
out with.
New target acquired. Hit level critical.
Woo.
PC destroyed.
Hey, look! My arm isn't... My torso isn't destroyed, but all my weapons are gone. Crit system. It loves me. Even on the PTS.
New target acquired.
I would have been so screwed if I hadn't have alpha'd and gotten that Jenner 2C's leg. And lowered his leg that much off the start. I would have been so screwed if I had not been able to do that. Because, damn. That was close. But also, taking a weapon like the PPCs that have minimum range, when you're only fighting against 4 mechs, it's just like scouting. There is no trading phase. It's just goes straight into brawl phase. So PPCs are kind of hard to brawl with. They're a trading weapon. Whew, alright. Hey, we got a 50 score. Only 8 more matches to go. And now let's start doing stuff from the chat. Oh, crazy light PPC on the Rifleman 5D. Let's do it. Let's just get into it. I have a Rifleman ready, don't I? It is one that I've actually purchased. Is it the right variant? It's the 3N. That was the 5D. It's the wrong variant. But 'tis okay, as I have 2 billion C-bills, more than enough to purchase everything in the world. Rifleman. 5D. Excellent. And that Rifleman, it is looking like a piranha for some reason. We have some mechs with some serious identity issues here on this testing server. Max out this armor, very poorly distributed. Very poorly distributed. Alright, now we can play with it. What do you have here? You have standard structure, standard things, double heat sinks, 3 light peeps on each arm, a XL 250, which we'll do a 255 because it's the same weight and power, weight but higher power. Shaver point off each leg, then mass double heat sinks and a T-comp. Okay. And then everything fits. And what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, 2 medium lasers in the CT. Okay, I'll try that. I'll load on. I import the same thing. Is it still on my Control V? Yes, it is. That same PPC related skill tree. It's a good general skill tree, no matter what. It works for most mechs. And let's DACA these light PPCs. So what is a cooldown on these things? Light PPC cooldown as of Smurfy says 4 seconds. Oh, so you can like chain fire them. Oh, I see. You like chain firing light PPCs and having 2 medium lasers. I understand completely. This will get close enough for a rough test of this situation. We've got 30 people watching as we've been 45 minutes into streaming. I'm going to go until I am done the 10 match event. This is going to be match number 3 that I'm queuing for right now. So we are essentially about a quarter of the way through, which is not bad. What's new about these balance changes? Essentially the exact same as the last public test, but instead of it being 40 for your maximum heat, it is now 50, which means that certain builds can be now fired that you couldn't do before. The boogeymen of 2 Gauss rifles, 2 heavy larges, and 4 ER mediums, 94 damage death strike, is capable of alpha striking, but its repeated alpha strikes are a little slowed down in the the short term. In the long term, it should have higher ability to fire because it has higher dissipation rates. But that's pretty much the only change. I personally don't think this PTS is, well, I mean, it's good to test it. It's good to run the numbers on it. But I personally don't think this setup with the 50 capacity is good. Because it starts to allow too many big things. The 40 capacity was good because it was actually starting to be constrictive. You had to go, I used to be able to run this and now I can't. Where this current one is, if you could run it before, you can still, but it's just instead of going to like 60 or 70% heat, you're going to 95% heat. That's the only change. Alright, so I'm going to take these two medium lasers to 1, and set everything else to 2, and we're going to chain fire the shit out of those. Oh my god. Light PPC DACA. It's almost. They have a, with the changes, some got more than others. Well, the thing is, it's not the energy draw system. The energy draw system is specifically a thing that values different weapons differently and then applies different penalties against them. This is essentially just lowering the capacity. Just very simple change. Essentially, it's like people like to say, oh, it's just a change in XML. This actually really is, in essence. It's just changing a couple files in the back end that say, no, heat sinks don't increase, and yes, the new capacity is this, and it just states it. So it is a fairly simple change.
Target spotted.
If you stagger the fire a tiny bit, it actually works out quite well. The 4 light PPCs. Oh, no, 6 light PPCs. They do have a minimum range though, right? They do. He's charging me for it. Yeah. He just literally just ran across the center and did nothing else. That was interesting. We're gonna lose this though. We just don't have enough weight. The only goal here is to make enough match score to get my match count. But yeah, there's absolutely zero chance that we're winning this. And then people are like, oh, play your lights and mediums, and it's like, well then make it like 2 match score, because you'll get pounded on. I did enough damage. The only issue I have with lowering capacity, I mean, it fixes majority of things. 36,000 C-bills, my god. Say, our guy didn't get his thing done because they stomped us in because we took a really light drop compared to theirs. Play your lights and mediums. Yeah, well then make it like 5 match score. You actually have to do something, but just something. I am okay with the lowering of the heat capacity to limit alpha strikes. If they want to go down that route, that's fine by me. But I'll try this one more time. It's all a relative change, right? Like, theoretically, we could increase capacity by 10 times. Like, instead of it being 50, it could be 500. If we then increased all weapons and heat dissipation the same quantity. It's all relative. What the big important thing is how much damage to how much health, and how much heat that damage generates to how much heat capacity we have. The ratios between them. Lowering the heat capacity lowers that ratio, which is the important change, not the absolute numbers to it, just the ratios. But something that is not changing is how heat efficient certain weapons are. I think the number one problematic weapon in this game, which I think the game would be vastly easier to balance if we removed it entirely, is Gauss rifles. Because they are so damn heat efficient. You have a 15 damage weapon at long range with no bullet drop for 1 heat. So you essentially have like a halfway between a ballistic and a laser, because there's no bullet drop to it, it just goes on forever. It's exactly where your crosshair is. And this way. It only costs 1 heat to fire it. And then you go, so it performs just like a laser, but it doesn't use any of the resources that lasers use, which is heat. Oh, maybe it's a good thing to combine with lasers and other energy weapons. That the vast majority of our balancing issues over the years have been stemming from Gauss rifles being abused. Because what was the issue with pop-tarting? It was the fact that mechs could jump up high and do dual or triple PPC Gauss into someone. So then, where it's like, instead of, say, fixing Gauss and lowering heat capacity, then it was nerf jump jets, so they're just barely used for mobility these days. Then it was the Gauss PPC land-based meta, or the AC5, which was very similar to PPCs. Then they changed the AC5s and AC10s velocity in order to desync them from PPCs. Then people just moved to Gauss because it was so fast it didn't matter anyway. Then they had to eventually link Gauss and PPC together because
alright, they are coming from
just issues stemming from PPCs and Gauss and all those kind of things. Because if you just remove Gauss, PPC are self-balancing based on heat. You can just raise their heat or lower capacity or lower dissipation, and then boom, the high heat weapons are affected. But you can't affect those same weapons the same way with Gauss rifles because they're so stupidly strong. The guy way the heck back over there. Also the guy right here. Then a Cyrus just around and down in the valley there.
That's him.
All annoy the direwolf with light PPCs.
There is a spider in Go 5. Or sunlight with ER large, I guess.
I need to find a position where I can just barely see him, but he can't see me.
New target acquired.
Arctic Wolf, streak Arctic Wolf.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy up there.
Left flag critical damage.
We're gonna lose this. Guaranteed. Direwolf just sitting a kilometer away. Whatever. Don't care. I'm actually wondering if 141 damage is enough. Felt like I peppered him more, but I guess it was only 5 damage each.
Acquired.
Yeah, 2 PPC, 2 AC5, that's what it was for a while too. Or like 2 PPC, 1 UAC 5, 1 AC5 sort of feeling. If I didn't get 50 match score, I'm gonna be sad and just like quit everything. Because why not? Oh, is this Chris? Is this the PGI? It's PGI! It's Chris Lowry! It's PGI! They're on the servers! Ah! He's the balance guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's playing right now. That's cool. I'm always freaking out, my god. If I'm not freaking out, I'm not me. Let's play a different mech. Play something that's got better stopping power. Something that can hit and carry on. Let's play the Meta Hellbringer, because we should be able to fire everything without having to worry. Because we have enough max heat. I've already got the skill, right? Why, yes I do. Well, mostly skilled. I don't even think it needs the rest of its skills. What am I going to do with it? Just get max heat gen? Does it even need the rest of its skills? It could use the rest of its skills, but does it need them? Yeah, well, let's skill it out, whatever. Give it a little bit of durability, who cares? Bam! Real quick. And then into a quick play. See if we can get Chris Holler again. Let's go dunk him a few times. Kick his ass. I wonder if PGI is streaming right now. How's you live? That is something I would pay to watch. Maybe not pay to watch, but I would watch. Is watching their balance guy play on live stream. That would be pretty cool. I know that's kind of that would be opening up a lot of bullshit. And that would probably be opening a can of worms that they don't want to go down, because people would be breaking apart his play like so much if he was ever publicly playing, because they would just be like, oh my god, you didn't do this and that, when this is the optimal route for doing this move and all that kind of stuff, and this is why didn't you do this thing there. And your mech build is this, and you could shave 2 more points off the back if you wanted to be meta, and all that kind of stuff would occur, and it would be horrible. So that's probably why they're not doing it. I answered my own question. We have Pasta, Doritos, Sprinkles Lord on our team. Oh, he is Texan Scrub Lord.
All systems nominal.
He will carry. Alright. What is with these weapon groups on this account? Oh god. Alright, there we go. Alpha Strike. Checking. Yes. Tis doable. Alpha Strike is a go. Let us kick some tush. Enemy. Here, enemies. So because we know there's only one spawn, we know they're in beta, so I know 100% they're going to come up through this route right here. Which is good to know. Or at least I'm 99% sure. I could be mistaken, but I expect them to come right through there. Yep, see, they're right on the other side.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Just dunk that into him, wait for the heat, wait for the heat.
New target assigned. Heat level critical.
Just open up the CT on that guy. Just do it. That's all you need to do.
Target spotted.
Oh, our guy up top got
New
dunked.
target acquired. Heat level critical.
Side torso just evaporated. Me and Pasta, I got it.
New target.
Give him our right. That arm's still healthy.
Target
Critical
spotted.
damage.
I can CT the gargoyle. I'm going for it.
Heat level
Got him.
critical.
Excellent.
New target acquired.
Me and Pasta, man.
Target destroyed.
Evaporated.
Heat level
Done.
critical.
Warriors, you have taken the target. We are victorious.
Oh, that was glorious. Oh, oof. We just melted some faces. That was a minute 56 battle. That was great. That was absolutely great. I'm going to send him a message here. Oh. There he is. Good. I sent him a message on Discord because I can. So this still works. And again, of course, your refire time is less. Wait, your refire time is longer compared to live servers, but your heat efficient time is less compared to live servers. Ugh. And that's where that is. What are we at? We're at 5? 4? 5? Are we halfway done? Check the test here. This has been going very smoothly. Very, very fun. Public test event. We're halfway through. Let us try something smaller. Something a little more off meta. The Wolverine 6K with merm and laser. Sounds like a tasty treat. I like this build. It works well. So let us hit it with some additional skills because I have the points. So why not? We'll finish off its heat gen that it can get over here. Our missile spread, missile explosive, missile rack. That's probably enough for firepower. It has some durability, right? It doesn't? The mech doesn't have durability quirks? Oh, it does. Base structure in the CT and the right arm? Okay. Really? Oh, I feel like this mech could use some armor. It really could. So let's give it some armor. Oh, I don't need that one. Yeah, let's give it all the armor it needs. And it's got its heat efficiency, it's got its cooldown. It doesn't really need the capacity because its refire heat is so low comparatively. It's just merms and a few medium lasers, it's not that bad. And I've got 1 point left over, so I'll just throw it into fire or somewhere with a velocity, whatever. I'm going to hit search. I'm going to run off and use the washroom. And I'll come back when we're in a match. Although, this particular mech is actually not going to be benefiting very much from the changes, because it's only got 4 external DHS, which only means that it is getting rid of heat at 0.2? Yeah, 0.2 more per second. So not that much. Basically, it's a free heatsink. 1 free heatsink, comparatively. But I'm going to hit quick play, and I'll be right back. And we have returned just in time, and we have an all-star lineup. We have Kanajashi on his free-to-play account. We have Pasta Dorito Sprinkles Lord, the man who helped us do that brutal win in the last thing. And we have Chris Lowry from PGI, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a head balance duder. All in one match. This is truly remarkable. And I'm being weird now, but that is half of my shtick. Let us medium laser and Merm 40 our way to victory. We are going to stay with Dorito Lord because holy shit. Did you see all the wubs that came out of that thing? That is ridiculous. He's wubtastic, man. Wub it again. Do it again. Do it, wub. Wub. Alright, I gotta go. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Does he have a Gauss in there too? Looks like he does. Maybe he has a pair of Gauss in there, because he's a direwolf. He's got lots of weight. Let us not outrun our dire as he needs protection.
Target acquired.
That Timby up top there. I'm gonna watch his butt as he's moving around this corner. I'm basically going to use him as an anchor. And it's gonna be like I'm his little moon. I'm gonna orbit around his ass. Because it is so fat that he basically is a moon. Alright, Mr. Dyer. If you go up, I will stand right beside you. And I will tank hits for you. Because you will carry us to victory and beyond. Alright, I'm going to even try to expose a tiny bit before the dire. So that they target me and then they go, oh shit! And then they target the dire and they have that half second of delay when they're like, who should I be targeting? Really?
New target acquired.
Although, realistically, the Dorito needs to have a massive game or we're pretty screwed. As there's lots of enemy assaults on the team. So many of them. Ooh, that Mauler is CT'd. We can knock him out quick. Also, Bloodass behind us. Bloodass behind us. Jumping on the Bloodass. Delta.
Target spotted.
Why isn't people out here to help me? It's 1v1ing a Bloodass. I am more heat efficient than him, I think, but he is a clan assault with millions of double heatsinks. How can I survive this battle? Stay tuned next time on Dragon Ball Z. What am I doing? I'm just having fun. I'm not going to win this fight. He is going to melt me.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Center torso.
All I can do is keep him busy.
Heat level critical.
That was a really good hit into a CT, though. I need to do that a couple more times.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Am I actually going to win this fight against him?
Heat level critical.
Yes! I did it! I took down a Bloodass one-on-one! Oh my god. That was intense!
Target acquired.
The merms, man, the merms!
Target destroyed.
Oh, we did it! We won! Woo! That was intense! $633 damage, with like 99% of that being against the the Bloodass. Holy crap. I just 1v1 a Bloodass. Oh, shit, man. It spread so much damage, though. It's just like smearing all over like I'm a kindergartner with freaking finger paints. But we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes now. We have 36 people watching. We are going to be continuing. We have just gone over the halfway mark of getting this event done on the PTS. I shall stream for at least 2 hours here. And then after the stream's done, I need to do a little cleaning of my apartment, and then I'll put together a nice summary video with all of my stats and such. Alright, what's next? What's be next? I always like playing this guy. This would be a good medium to play. This Huntsman, man. This Huntsman is so damn good. It just pushes damage out. But it's got what, 19 DHS? 19? Ridiculous. Plus with the increased true dubs, it goes beyond reality and becomes a meme almost. Ridiculous. Looks like we're getting Caustic Valley. What? Getting Caustic? What a concept. But it also shows off that still there is a gulf of power between Clan and IS, and realistically, we're never really going to solve that gulf of power when there is differences in tech. Oh, Chris Lauer's on the enemy team, and we have Dorito Sprinkle Slaughter. Like, the fact that this can take 9 additional heat sinks, while my Wolverine there could only really take like 3 or 4 additional heat sinks. Troublesome. Oh man, cooling though. Oh, it's so good. I just know that I'm just gonna fall in here with Pasta. Let's do it. You're in third person, I'm in third person. I'm gonna copy him entire match. We're just gonna be our kick-ass buddies together. Two lights, a heavy, and a medium. I actually really wonder what the enemy is. But hey, we just took down an assault and a medium, so we should be fine. Where is Pasta going? He's going right? I'll go right. Alright, let's go. Let's get him. Gargles? Shall we get the gargles? I do have a UAV there. It's kind of annoying, but we'll help take it out.
Target spotted.
Let's start working them with jumps.
25%.
Because we have the ability to do that. Ow, we took a whole bunch of damage there, but that's okay. We have the ability to work them with jumps.
Target spotted.
Go back around this corner, draw the gargoyle out into a massive alpha strike, start pounding on him. I feel like an enemy could come around and tickle my butt in any moment now. It makes me very wary of my situation. As my worst fear would be like an Atlas coming around that corner. Oh, there's Chris Lauer with his mass. Right leg on the Arctic Wolf, right leg.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Gargoyles is done.
Level critical.
Got him.
Target
Got him, man.
Target destroyed.
Boom! I killed Chris Lowry.
New target.
It makes me feel happy on the inside. And then what this mech was designed to kill! Piranhas!
Target destroyed.
Yeah!
Level critical.
Kill those piranhas! We've gone 3 for 4. Let's get the last one! Ah! Charging in, leap over his head, cause him to spin around, and then, oh my god, there's all my allies. Oh, and he just melts me. Because Alpha Strikes are still capable in this match, even though I still had armor on, I got instantly vaporized by lasers that have too low of a duration for me to rotate them off. Ah. Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. I am just being salty. He killed me. I had low health. It's fine. We win!
Sorry.
Touch the circle.
Warriors, you have taken the target.
What are you running on this?
Victorious in battle.
5 meds, 2 large pulse. Pretty standard design. What is that, number 6? 7? What are we at now for wins? Not wins, but matches. We must check. I keep losing track. I keep not remembering. We are at active events, public test. We're at 7. We got 3 more to do. If you guys have any things you want to throw them in the chat, and I'll play those particular mechs. Wow, we have an Ebon Jaguar in our lights. it's really my Raven. What? I don't even want to play new lights. Too late for right now. I don't have any really that super meta night. I could play. Oh, right. Oh, because the Urbi has dissipation. It still has this. It still has the plus 13% dissipation because when they didn't have the oh, my brain is functioning. When they didn't have the the full true dubs for heat sinks, it was set up so they would be like, well, since you can't have full true dubs, we're gonna give it to you in the Urbi with additional dissipation to make up for that. But now this is on top of true dubs, so this should have infinite dissipation. Yeah! I think I can get away with just this. Light 180, 5 medium pulse. The dissipation is stupid. Alright, and then I absolutely need to get full operation straight. I need to get all the cool run so that it has like plus 23% dissipation on top of everything. Oh, I don't need sensors. There's nobody running worms out here. I need all the heat gen now. Oh my god. This is exciting. This is Urbi-tastic. That's what it is. It is Urbi-tastic. I am also going to do this. Do that to get rid of that central column because I don't need it. Then go down these side columns because I do. And now I'm at 4. I'll get rid of the cooldowns around here that I don't need. And it works out. Excellent. Oh my god. Wait, did I save up my build? I must have. Yes, I did. Excellent. This is gonna have so much dissipation, man. It's freaking like 20, like, minus 10.5% heat, 23% dissipation increase on top of true dubs. This is gonna be stupid. I want to put this into my calculations real quick. So, let's see. A normal medium pulse is 3.8 heat. So we'll put that in there. 3.8 times 5. We got normal weapon heat of 19. We've got... What was that? We had a 180 engine. And then we had 5 DHS. So 180 would give me 7. So I have 12 double heat sinks. 12. Now, cool run is not 10%, it's 23% increase. I'm basically heat neutral. This mech is basically heat neutral. That is awesome. Let us kick ass with the Ultra Urban. It has 3 dissipation per second. Like, what is this? Is this real life? Sort of feeling.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Well, I mean,
All systems.
they put in that dissipation to
This is command. Eliminate all
differentiate
enemies, no matter the cost.
between the mechs that had low caps and the mechs that, like, didn't, that could take normal double heatsinks. I wonder if they would leave them there, because the Irby could use a bit of help. Why not? Irby's looks fun. That's all.
Target spotted.
Lots of dissipation. Although, even though it has like this, like, oh, it's got 23% cool run, woo, sort of thing, it doesn't have enough raw numbers. If they had that quirk on like an assault clan mech, it would just be like mind-blowingly strong. But they have it on a herb. Although an herb is pretty good. Like, people might say, like, oh my god, we've only got 1 assault and 3 lights on this team. We're gonna lose. And then I'm going, yeah, but we have 1 assault, 2 lights, and an Irby. An Irby is obviously
Target
a medium, or
acquired.
at least a heavy. I mean, come on. I bet there's some heavies that couldn't even tank as much as an Irby can. Doesn't look like anything's around the corner.
Turned around. They all went up the hills.
Oh my god, Irby 2C is gonna be amazing.
New target acquired.
Yep, all up there.
Fuel at 25%.
But it won't have as many quirks. Because it's 2C tech. If you just have normal herb, you'll have all the quirks. But the 2C herb won't. So it's your choice whether or not you want quirks.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Stay within 180, not 180, 120 of that supernova, or else they're going to wreck us.
New target acquired.
He's got ATMs.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
25
Target
Boom,
destroyed.
one down.
are eliminated.
We need to push this guy.
Big guys coming up behind you.
He's got half of his ATMs gone. They're down on the low ground behind us.
New target
Atlas in the low ground,
acquired.
Atlas there. Oh, I got the ATM guy.
Target destroyed. New target
Down.
acquired.
Atlas is gonna get wrecked by his little brother. Zub.
Heat level critical.
Oh, you can't handle this Irby. He could run in circles in front of you. He's that good.
Heat level critical.
The only mech that can run in circles while firing at you constantly. It's a whole new meaning to the word circle strafing. Go, Irby! I feel like I'm playing an Unreal shooter sometimes when I'm playing as an
Target
Irby.
destroyed.
Clean up the survivors.
Behind. J9.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Fuel at 25%.
Nah, he doesn't have the weaponry for this.
Critical damage.
His weaponry is all short range. Not much range. His weaponry is all long range alpha strike stuff. Mine's short range DPS stuff.
Destroyed.
You can't deal with it at that range.
Good job, soldier.
You just can't deal with the herbs, man. The herbs, they're impossible to kill. Go, Irby, go. Go, Irby, go. Go, Irby, go. Who would have thought that putting a, like, an absolutely massive durability increase along with some heat reduction would make a mech good. Oh my god. If considering the fact that like 50% of this mech's durability is like bonus armor, if it didn't have that, it would be horrible. Like the Irby would be trashed here. But the fact that it has this massive quantity of armor makes it good. And 23% heat dissipation. 23%. Ah! Also, I like how they say now in these enhancements, it actually says chassis seatbelt bonus 30%. That's kind of nice. Oh, I got 2 left, 1 left? Something like that. We'll probably do all the rest in herb because herbies are powerful. Herbies are fun. Herbies make me happy inside. As you could probably tell from the excitement I have during this stream. 2 left. 2 matches. Let us herb them. Because herbs. Herb is all victorious. Yeah, what does he have? He has 12 double heat sinks. There's 5 and 7. So my calculations were 12. Yeah, I guessed right. Glory. 'Tis a glorious day. As we wait for the match to occur. But I absolutely love having Fridays off. It is the most, I think the best part of my current job is that every second Friday is off because we work longer per day. Which is great, man. So great. Dude. And then on days like this, I can stay at home and play video games all day. Makes me happy. Oh, so happy. What we got? No, Pastor Dorito Sprinkles Lord is on the enemy team. He's gonna kill us. Ah, he's gonna kill us. Don't hurt me, Dorito. Don't hurt me. Alright, there we go.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Ah. Screwed up my jump. Went to an area that had a
At 25%.
jump. Also, I love all just the little things in the, like, no signal detected for repair, slow and less slow, repair, like,
Affirmative.
fucking hell, man, this is awesome. This mech has all the personality that you could ever want from a battle mech. Plus, they need to add more mechs with this 360-degree rotation. Like, the Mad Dog used to be able to do that in Mechwarrior 4. I want it back. I want the Mad Dog ability to rotate 360. Give me that for Christmas, PGI. Do it.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
But speaking of giving things for me for Christmas, I'm starting to wonder what's going to happen at MechCon. I mean, of course, I think MechCon's going to be a...
Target spotted.
Ow, you piece of shit. It's going to be a lot about Mech 5. That's what MechCon's going to be about. It's going to be Mech 5 everywhere. But, like, what's going to happen? What's going on with Mechwarrior Online in MechCon? Because
New target acquired.
this is like one of the first... Maybe I'm really mistaken, but like...
25%. New target acquired.
I'm not even sure, like, what's the next big thing that is occurring
New
in
target acquired.
Mechwarrior Online? And for a while ago, it was like, oh, Civil War tech, or hey, this sort of thing. So there was always, like, something to be like, well, that's coming out in a couple months. So I can think about it. Oh, you piece of shit. We're gonna lose this probably. We don't have enough weight. This guy's got some skills and got some power. And there's Pastor Dorito Sprinkles Lord and his OP shit. But like,
New target acquired.
you know, what's next, man? Where is the next thing for mech coming from?
Floppy out there.
Eh, burp.
We can't lose any
Yep.
more soldiers.
Hey, we did enough damage though. That's all that matters.
At 25%. Right leg critical damage.
5% of the enemies are eliminated. We're taking critical losses. We need you to pull through.
Artillery strike on. Vehicle destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
What was it? Last year,
Destroyed.
Come in. Control the
we
surface.
knew Solaris was a
Read.
thing. Like, we knew Solaris was coming, but they just gave us details, right? When Civil War came out earlier that year? Yeah, Civil War came out earlier that year. That was sort of like the mid-year thing. Got one more match, we'll just keep uniting it. I'm just trying to think about, like... Also, we're due really soon for a roadmap. Like, we're due really soon for a roadmap. Like, it should be 2 weeks from now or something like that. Let's see, roadmap. When was the last roadmap? 2 months ago for June, July, and August. So June, July, August, the big things were the old retrofits, the build saving and loading and sharing, and more retrofitting to Civil War tech and just iterative improvements on Solaris. But there wasn't any big things. I'm really interested to see if The next roadmap... The next roadmap has to have a feature in it, I feel. It has to have a new feature, or else I'm starting to be like, what?
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems.
Something new to do. Or at least a revamp of something old. Although it was really interesting. I want to make a video talking about this and this concept, but like the whole... There's the faction play feedback that they're doing right now, but one of the main things was I don't want to take this out of context or take it wrong, but that they're not looking for things that need development time at the current moment. They don't want to have
Fuel at 25%.
like, take away a programmer's time to work on faction play, it seems. Which, in my mind, I'm just like, don't you need to have programmers work on your features? Like,
Target acquired.
didn't seem right. Like, I can understand maybe wanting to limit it. We're not going to do anything like overhauling it, but I don't know. Makes me wonder, and I may be really off base on guessing this. Ow. They're just defending their base back there on the right.
Affirmative.
They got heavy large lasers and Gauss and all that bullshit.
I got heavy.
Target spotted.
And they're arting me because they can. Get bastard.
New target acquired.
Come
Fuel
here,
at
come here.
25%.
Okay, hold here at Fox 5. We got a couple guys coming to us, and their Mad Cat Mark II will be out of the way. Let's charge Charlie. Don't go around the corner, though, because the Mad Cat will be able to see you.
New target acquired.
Oh, fine. Let's do this. He's going around the corner. We have to. We're overheating, but that's okay. Hey, from Italy, how's it going? Must be late there. Tis the middle of the day here in Canada. It's starting to get on towards the evening.
Torso critical damage.
But no, we're screwed.
New target acquired. Heat level.
Take lighter mechs, they say. Try out lights and mediums on the PTS. We need that data. Okay. Enemies all assault mechs and all mass Gauss rifle. Wow, I wonder if I can win. Nah, whatever, I'm dead.
And it was mapped to them, right? Okay.
Yeah, how about at least do,
New target
if you do
acquired.
weight matchmaking on the PTS, then maybe sure, but
Critical.
3 clan assaults versus 1, not really worthwhile. Anyway, we're done the event, because that would have been enough damage, so we can stop playing on the PTS. Already got my feelings about it, and sort of how things feel. And that's all I need to do. But my thoughts, I want to finish that sort of train of thought I started there earlier, is if you're just looking for things to improve faction play that don't take any, like, lots of programming time, like, maybe if you're just looking for things you can do right now to get it done so that you can have some improvement out there. Okay. I get that. But if you're going to say, like, but I would feel like you would want to follow that up and say, And this is only the first wave, and we're also looking for stuff that will come into the game 5 months down the road with, you know, a medium level of programming influence sort of thing. Well, programming time required. It almost makes me wonder if, because this is obviously been a question that people are going to ask, if Mechwarrior 5 comes out and it's on a new engine and it runs well, will we get Mechwarrior Online 2? Or Mechwarrior 5 Online? And it essentially is replacing Mechwarrior Online? And the old Crytek model here can go away, and the we can have just the Unreal Engine Mechwarrior, and just call it that. I wonder if they're just doing some, basically like stitching some patches on stuff just to keep it together until they move it to a new system, and then they can go, okay, we're in the new system, let's do all the big, hard programming things. I wonder. Oh, we'll find out at MechCon probably. But that is probably going to be the end of the little test stream that I'm doing here. We got an hour and 45 minutes of elapsed time. We've finished faster than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be for 2.5 hours. Do you think then would abandon or transfer player files? I would hope that they would transfer some stuff. People have spent a lot of money. I would hope they have some sort of transfer over. I wonder, what's one... Okay, I gotta check something. When was the gap between Guild Wars 2... release date was April 26, 2005. And Guild Wars 2 release date was 2012. So 7 years apart. I don't know, just interesting. So we have like Mechwarrior, like Guild Wars 1 and then Guild Wars 2, and they were 7 years apart for their release dates. And when you transferred over, you got like some titles and badges and a little bit of prestige, but you didn't really get anything major gameplay wise. And I don't see people really complaining about it then because they played the Guild Wars 1. Although it didn't have as many microtransactions as Mechwarrior does, considering the amount of mechs you can buy. I wonder. That'll be a discussion for the future. In essence, we're done the testing for the PTS. Again, overall, I feel that the cap for 50 is a little too high comparatively to the 40. The 40 actually limited caps, where the 50 is basically at the edge of where the largest alpha strikes are. What it is doing is slowing down the return alpha strike, the second tap of an alpha strike. So where on live servers you have enough capacity, you just have to dissipate the difference between your remaining capacity and the heat you need to fire off an alpha strike. That is several seconds faster than the new PTS with the increased heat dissipation and lower capacity, where it's a few seconds later that you have to step out. But then after that point, on the PTS, you're going to shoot overall faster because you're going to be able to dissipate more heat over the entire match, but you have less burst potential. That's the only thing they've done compared to live, is that change. I don't like it going to 50. I think 40 was more effective. It actually limited some alpha strikes and limited some builds down to a more I say more reasonable. I still think it's overpowered. Right now, the 94 alpha was reduced reasonably down to an 80 alpha. I would honestly like that to be around 65, personally. But it could even go down further than that, realistically. Then, I don't know. I would have rather seen like a 35 point maximum heat. That would have been interesting. Oh. But overall, yeah, that's it. And of course, I didn't really talk about it, didn't really test it, because I already think they're good. I don't think, like, they should be changed at all compared to what they are already on the PTS, which just take what they are in the PTS and put the mobility changes into the game. The mobility are amazing. You can actually twist and assault mechs. You can tank. That will increase time to kill, because people will be able to just transfer damage to their arms and such. But 50 is too high for maximum heat. And that's going to be it. I'm going to summarize all those thoughts and put it into a nicely edited and organized video sometime this weekend, either it be later tonight or first thing tomorrow. But thank you for an impromptu middle of the day stream. For me, it is time to wash some dishes, because I have to adult for a while. Otherwise, I'll just be living in a pigsty. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.